I spent a lot of time trying to figure out a makeup routine that worked for me. And you know, I figured out one that isn't too complicated and takes maybe about 20 minutes. So let's see how it goes. So first up, so I guess this is primer. I don't really know what it does. This is Urban Decay. This is what people do. Urban Decay Optical Illusion. I think it says that you should like put it on with your fingertips. I just kind of dot it around wherever. Yeah, a bit more. Sure. I'm sure it's good for something. And ooh, a bit more over here. And then rub it in. Clearly not with my fingertips. Because I'm not very good at following instructions. Once again, I'm not entirely sure what this stuff does. Maybe I don't need it. That would be an interesting experiment one day. Oh no. Okay. Kind of put it everywhere. So did I use too much? F. Well. Sure, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I don't care. Next up, if I can find it, because I reorganized everything not that long ago. Haha. Okay. Okay. Concealer. Now, which of these brushes is the one that I use for concealer? There it is. Okay. So I have this. Ooh, that's magnetic. That's cool. I have this MAC Duo thingy with, I guess this is Studio Fix. Does that say on the back? Studio Finish Concealer Duo. It says NW30 and NC35. I don't think that's true. But now I'm going to question everything. Interesting. I thought it was NC40, but that would explain why it looks so different. In any case, I'm just going to smear it around. It's going to look real streaky for a bit. Because, you know, it's a brush and I'm not smoothing it out in any particular way, but we'll get around to that. Like I said, I'm not one for like a bunch of finesse. Also, like, there's two things with different colors in. I'm just mixing them together because who the hell knows? Blah, 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 blah. So the kind of makeup that I'm going for today is something that I would typically do when I go into work, which is an office with people in it who don't seem to give a shit that I dress up, and that's cool. So I'm making sure I get a lot of kind of like my beardy area, just getting it in there. Oh yeah, it's a big ol' mess. Cool. Blah, 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 blah. Giant ol' mess. Look like an idiot. Perfect. And now, actually I should probably get like a little wipe thing so I can wipe some of the excess off this brush. So I typically use one of these like Neutrogena makeup wipe thingies, just kind of have it sitting on the makeup table in front of me so I can clean maybe just this brush. I do actually have some actual brush cleaning, I guess they call it shampoo, but I don't use it. Once again, lazy. Now one of the things, now clearly this is a bit of a mess, it's a little bit streaky. One of the things I use is one of these makeup sponge things. It's supposed to soak in water, don't care. I just kind of like dab, blah 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 blah, like this until it smooths it out a bit. And we're gonna put a bunch of foundation on this anyway. I also figure out that like People aren't going to be inspecting my face super closely. So maybe I don't care that much. Boom, boom, cool. Next up, I typically do foundation. I feel like I haven't done this for a while, but that's definitely not true. So this is MAC Studio Fix. I'm using NC40. Oh, and a brush. I had like makeup done. Was it makeup? Maybe I was just doing my foundation at Sephora, and they sold me on this like angled brush, which has been real cool for like, I guess like pushing it right into like where the hair follicles are. Oh my nose piercing is rotated. Okay, gross. Maybe I'll cut that out. Again, nothing fancy. Just kind of getting it on there. No, I shouldn't hum that. I don't know if this dabbing motion works, but whatever. I kind of just do a whole giant head with this business. But also, yeah, I get a lot of, like my beard hair is real thick and real curly. So I try and get down here to cover up as much of it as I can. However, I'm probably not going to get 100% coverage, and it's not like I'm trying to fool anyone. You know, when I'm dressed up at work, everyone knows who I am. Boom. Anything I'm missing? Do eyes too. I don't know why. Maybe I shouldn't. I mean, we're going to do that with, what's that stuff called? Eyeshadow. Get this little weird, like, dark bit right under my nose all the time, and I hate it. Well, I'm going to smooth that out. Cool. Smear, smear, smear. Okay, this is a little bit uneven. Okay, good enough for me. What do I do next? Eyebrows. So I have this cool, oh, it's Benefit, I know that. Pencil by Benefit, goof proof brow pencil. That's more difficult to say than I would have thought. So I just get a little bit of this. I'm looking, there's a mirror over there, which is what I'm looking at. Kind of just fill it in a little bit. Nothing super heavy. See, they're just a little bit more defined. There has a cool brush on the other end as well, if you have particularly unruly eyebrows. I did pluck, and you get these little eyebrow shavy things. So I did some of that this morning. What do I do next? I have no idea. Actually, let's do. This thing is a mess. Some eyelash curling real quick. I don't want to do that after I put the eyeshadow on. Pretty good. I'm not mad at that. Oh, I missed. Ow! Okay. Don't clamp your eyelids. Ah. Good. Cool. Eyeshadow. Now you can do some fancy stuff like putting, what is it, like, I guess like eyeshadow primer on. I used to do that, but it's just like one more step that maybe you don't actually need. So I'm just gonna skip it. I have a palette from Fenty, and this is the Morocco palette, I want to say. Yeah, Moroccan Spice. Cool. It looks like that. I'm gonna go with this bad boy. I'm just gonna go with, sometimes I try and do a couple of different shades on my eyes. again, you don't have to. Sometimes, you just can't be bothered. I also tend to be a little bit messy with my eyes, because I wear glasses, so maybe you won't even see that much of it anyway. Oh, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. See, this is what happens when you're trying to rush. But again, maybe it doesn't matter. So few things matter in life. It's probably only worth focusing on the ones that do. See, that looks a lot more extreme. That looks pretty extreme. I'm not that worried about it, because we are going to blend a little bit in a second. One thing I also like to do, as I clean off this brush a little bit, is put some like lighter whitish browny eyeshadow on the top just to highlight the brow. This is the Naked palette from Urban Decay. I typically use this one called Virgin, which is right at the end. This guy. That looks like a lot. It's probably fine. I'm not that worried about it. Shwink. Okay, now that looks like a lot. Typically, this is where I start to panic. I ain't going anywhere. I have, this is another brush. It says for shadow. Is that the one I want? No, this is the one I want, which is for, well, it says crease, but I'm going to use it to blend. So I just kind of like sweep the top one down a little bit. Much better. Okay, that's a bit much down here. But again, maybe I don't care that much. Cool. Well, I'm gonna wear glasses. Who cares? I used to do eyeliner, and I used to do liquid eyeliner because someone was like, "You know, liquid eyeliner is really tricky." And I'm always up for a challenge, and it is really tricky, but it's not worth it. So I've just been going straight. Well, actually, that's not true. I have a a brown eyebrow pencil. I tend to like just do a little bit down here. Oh, I have to sharpen that pencil. It's fine. Just a bit down here. I only go halfway because I don't want to like make it look like my eyes are completely surrounded. You know, that's a look, but that's not a look that I particularly like for myself. So there, eyeliner on the bottom, on the outside bottom rim, and then I can actually get a lot of definition just from the eye mascara. One thing that works here is that I kind of place the brush below my eyelashes and then I just kind of blink onto them. Yeah, look at that, that's cool. Okay, I'll do the lower lash a little bit, trying to not get too much of it on my face, because that is not where it goes. I'll get it down there. Oh no, it's fine. Alright. Next up, I tend to do a little bit of bronzer. Is that right? What do I think? Am I did the eyes? Yeah, bronzer. Mostly to just get, I guess, what do they call it? Contouring. So I have contour brush. It says fruits for blush, but who cares? And I have, ooh, here it is. Chocolate Soleil by Too Faced, which is this cool bronzer, which I'm, I guess, technically running out of. So this goes, I do a little bit on the side of my nose. A little bit on this side of the nose. I try and avoid the line down the middle. You can put some highlighting something or other down the bottom of it, but I have what I consider to be a big fat nose, so I try and slim it with some of this bronzer, as well as some in the temples. Ooh. Like so. And then you kind of aim for this, like, you're trying to create some cheekbones. So you like suck in your cheeks. And you kind of aim for this line, but don't go too far. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, a little bit more. Sometimes I do like a little bit down here as well. Make my big old chin a little bit smaller. But that's about it. Maybe I need a little bit more up here. Sure. I also do a little bit of blush. I have this Power Couple palette by Tarte, which has a bronzer which is a little bit too light, but a real nice pink blush. Schmear brush. And when I'm putting this stuff on, I always feel like, well, that's too much. But that's when the next step comes in, which is blending. Just trying to figure out where those cheeks are. See, even now I'm like, I screwed up. That's too much. As I put more on, stupid. Yeah, see, it does look like a lot, but it's fine. No time to panic. What do I do next? Oh, yeah. This thing. So we're actually just blending it in a little bit. So not everything's so defined. See, that's already a little bit better. Cool. What haven't we done yet? A thing I like to do. Where is it? Because I do have a little, let's call it a beauty spot. I do have one of those, but once you put all the foundation on, it gets hidden. I'm actually so I use liquid eyeliner actually to define that. I've never used this one before because my old one is gone. Is that another one? I don't think I've seen that before. Okay, I'm not going to be too concerned right now. One ridiculous problem at a time. One thing I am going to do though is put, given that I don't remember that being there, I'm going to cover it up inexpertly. Sure. Do the spot. What do I do next? I do a lot of this, like, what do I do next? Like, I've done this like so many times, I always feel like I'm forgetting what I'm doing. Lipstick? Let's do. I've been really liking nude colours lately. Oh, I reorganised my lipsticks. And it's none of these. And it's not those two. And it is neither one of those. See, this is why you have to prepare. Oh, here we go. I think this is the right one. Yeah, whatever. You know, a lot of people say you shouldn't do this whole which is probably true. Like, if you're really defining some lines around and you really care about the very, I guess, like a very defined line between your lips and your face, then sure. sometimes I care about that and I'll put it on with a pencil, but right now, not really. Okay, good. I feel like I'm forgetting like 7 things. One thing I do like to do, as I mentally inventory which things I've done and which things I haven't. Okay, I think we're good. One thing I do like to do is use some setting spray. Again, don't know if it does anything, but I'm going to use it. I also feel like I use a lot. I don't know if that's too much or not enough. This is Urban Decay's De-Slick Makeup Setting Spray. I'm pretty oily, so anything that's like oil reducing, I'm going to use. Let that dry a little bit. How are we all doing today? Good? Hanging out? Cool. Oh, I should get a fan. Do I have anything I can actually use? Ooh, here. Pretty good, pretty good. Almost done. The other thing, and maybe the final step, see, I use too much. Okay, the final step is I use another Urban Decay thing, which is this mattifying powder, which I have 2 of, which I should probably, one of them's empty, so I should throw it away. I'm really bad at doing that. This is Urban Decay's De-Slick mattifying powder. Schmear. Just kind of whack it on. The theory being that as I, you know, produce oils throughout the day, this stuff sucks it up. And essentially, that's it. The last 2 things to do is put the wig on. Where's the little guy? Boom, boom. Around the back. Fix up the hairline. Glosses. Aha. And that is essentially it. Cool. You know, personally, I tend not to worry because you can still see a little bit of like the beard bleeding through. I don't care. Well, I care a bit. I do care a bit. But yeah, whatever. I think I look okay. In which case, I guess that's it. Hopefully this was useful. If not, sorry.